Hey everyone, today we will be reviewing the new Star Wars novel, Brotherhood, by Michael Chen. This story takes place between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, or more specifically just before the events of the Clone Wars animated series. The book follows a newly anointed Jedi Knight, Anakin Skywalker, and his former master, Obi Wan Kenobi, who is now filling in as a member of the Jedi Council. They are navigating their way through their new relationship as peers instead of master and Padawan, all while the galaxy around them changes as the Clone Wars begin. The story begins with Cato Neimoidia being bombed and the Republic being accused. The Jedi and the Senate all convene on Coruscant to decide how to handle this fragile situation. But the interesting part of this scene is when Padme arrives, we get to witness Kenobi's first suspicions of something more going on between Anakin and Senator Amidala. He is able to read any fluctuations in the Force caused by his former Padawan's emotions, which I think is pretty cool. We also get a quick reference to Cal Kestis being present as his master speaks with Anakin in the halls of the temple, which is a fun little Easter egg. Obi Wan Kenobi offers to go alone to investigate, as to not draw more suspicion by sending a larger emissary. The deal was that Obi-Wan would come alone and have no contact with the Republic while on Cato Neimoidia. He works with a local Neimoidian guard named Roog, who offers him support, while her associate, a guard named Katar, is tainted by the influence of Asajj Ventress, an agent of the Separatists, and Count Dooku. Asajj and Kenobi have their first interaction with each other, and Kenobi is immediately suspicious of her and has concerns about her intentions and abilities. Meanwhile, Anakin stays behind on Coruscant, and we get to follow him spending precious time with Padme. They sneak into the lower levels of Coruscant and order Tatooine-style street food that reminds Anakin of his home. It's interesting to see Anakin be reminded of a part of his upbringing that he enjoyed, since we typically only hear about how much he hates his homeworld and how he is haunted by the death of his mother. Before being sent on his own mission, Anakin is made to lecture the younglings and finds that entertaining them with lightsaber forms is much easier for him than storytelling or teaching. This is a bit morbid, as we know Anakin's eventual fall to darkness is solidified with the slaughtering of the younglings at the Jedi Temple. But it is interesting to see him being a normal Jedi, spending time with the younglings and passing on at least some type of knowledge to them. Before Obi-Wan left on his mission, Anakin sent a forbidden comm device along with him in case of an emergency, which Kenobi uses when he discovers a data pad detailing the explosions with evidence that points directly to the Republic. He reaches out to Anakin and sends him the evidence, asking him to have it analyzed by none other than Dexter Jester. Asajj Ventress leads Katar to believe that Obi-Wan has hidden evidence of Republic involvement, which leads to Kenobi's arrest. Anakin worries that his former master may be in trouble after he is unable to get in touch with him, and he leaves his humanitarian mission to come to his old master's aid. Anakin even brings along a Jedi youngling named Mil Alabeth, who has been assisting him on his mission. She is a really interesting character. She is struggling to find her place within the Jedi Order, and is having difficulty controlling and managing her strong connection to the Force. Her main ability is to sense the emotions of others, which at times can be overwhelming to her when uncontrolled. As they travel together, Anakin is able to really connect with her and help her learn and grow in her abilities. Throughout the course of the book, we really get to see Anakin's growth in this area. He's able to pull from his own life experience to help Mil instead of just reciting old Jedi teachings. This leads into him getting Ahsoka Tano as a Padawan of his own, an idea that absolutely terrified Anakin at the beginning of this story. While imprisoned and awaiting his trial, Roog presents Obi-Wan with evidence that shows the bombings also have ties to the Separatists. Confusing as it is, this shows that there's a mysterious third party potentially trying to escalate the war. Of course, we know that this is Palpatine or Darth Sidious himself, but Obi-Wan and Roog are unable to figure out who might have the motives to benefit from the escalation of the Clone Wars, and so they decide to keep this information to themselves until they can figure out more about who might have these motives. Anakin and Mill arrive on Cato Neimoidia, and along with the help of R2-D2, discover a series of bombs linked throughout the city, with each one targeting a building or area of significant importance. They choose to forego their rescue mission of Obi-Wan and instead focus on defusing the bombs. Obi-Wan stands trial and is unwilling to betray Roog's trust by turning over the evidence that she has found, which also implicates the Separatist involvement. Because he has no specifics, his plea is unconvincing. Katar moves in to strike him down, and Obi-Wan is able to narrowly escape with the help of Roog, who hid high above the trial, using her skills as a sniper to buy him some time. Just as he uses the Force to pull his lightsaber to his hand, Anakin arrives and assists in his escape. They race through the city back towards Anakin's waiting ship, and they are confronted by Asajj, who Anakin duels with in a lightsaber battle. He recognizes her skills and training in the Jedi forms, hinting to them that she is a dark side apprentice of Dooku. They get to their ship and are able to send all of the evidence and data to the Senator of Naboo, Padme Amidala. From there, the information can be analyzed and presented to the Republic. Upon their return to Coruscant, Anakin is chided for taking a youngling on such a dangerous mission, especially a mission that he wasn't instructed to get involved with. Although Mill really grows in her connection to the Force, her story ends with a decision to leave the Jedi Order. On the one hand, this made me glad that she wouldn't be one of the younglings slaughtered during Order 66, and it leaves the door open to this character potentially returning in future stories. I think what I liked most about this novel is seeing the relationship between Anakin and Padme and how they make the most out of what little time they have together, all while sneaking around and trying to hide their true feelings when in public. At one point in the story, Obi-Wan senses how much Anakin loves Padme and debates having a conversation with him about this and about his own brush with romance with Satine Kryze of Mandalore. Kenobi decides to wait on this conversation. It's interesting to think about how Anakin's story might have changed if he learned that Kenobi also had attachments. Perhaps Kenobi could have imparted some wisdom to Anakin. This book was a great addition to this time period in the Skywalker saga. I kept finding myself picturing the characters in an animated Clone Wars style, as I found the storytelling and character development more in line with the show versus the live-action versions of these characters from Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. It continues to show us more of the relationship between Anakin and Obi-Wan, and finally gives us some insight about what exactly happened on Cato Neimoidia. I highly recommend that you go out and pick up this book if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this story. And please make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all of our Star Wars content. Thanks, and may the Force be with you.